Subscribe and download over 1 million code snippet including this tutorial from codegive.com, link in the description below. Changing the Python version in Jupyter Notebook involves using virtual environments and the IPython kernel. In this tutorial, I'll guide you through the process of setting up a virtual environment and configuring a Jupyter Notebook to use Python 3.6. If you don't have Python 3.6 installed on your system, you can download and install it from the official Python website, https://www.python.org/download/release. Make sure you have Jupyter installed. If not, you can install it using the following command. Open your terminal and navigate to the directory where you want to create your virtual environment. Run the following commands. Inside the activated virtual environment, install the IPython kernel. Run the following command to create a new Jupyter kernel using the Python interpreter from your virtual environment. This command installs a new Jupyter kernel with the name Python 3.6. Now, launch Jupyter Notebook using the following command. Once Jupyter Notebook is running, create a new notebook or open an existing one. In the top right corner, you'll see a drop-down menu that allows you to select the kernel. Choose the Python 3.6 kernel you created. In a Jupyter Notebook cell, run the following code to verify that you are using Python 3.6. This should display the version information, confirming that you are now using Python 3.6 within your Jupyter Notebook. Now you have successfully changed the Python version in your Jupyter Notebook to 3.6. Remember that you need to activate the virtual environment and select the appropriate kernel each time you start a new Jupyter session for this specific Python version. ChatGPT. In this tutorial, we will go through the process of changing the Python version in a Jupyter Notebook environment to Python 3.6. Jupyter Notebook is a powerful tool for interactive computing that supports various programming languages, including Python. Check current Python version. Before proceeding, it's good to check the current Python version installed on your system. You can do this by opening a terminal or command prompt and typing install Python 3.6. If you don't have Python 3.6 installed, you can download it from the official Python website. Follow the installation instructions for your operating system. Install IPython kernel for Python 3.6. Jupyter Notebook uses kernels to interact with different programming languages. We need to install a separate IPython kernel for Python 3.6. Run the following command in your terminal or command prompt. Register Python 3.6 kernel with Jupyter. After installing the IPython kernel for Python 3.6, you need to register it with Jupyter Notebook. Run the following command. This command installs the kernel named Python 3.6 in your Jupyter environment. Verify installation. Open Jupyter Notebook by typing Jupyter Notebook in your terminal or command prompt. Create a new notebook or open an existing one. In the notebook, go to kernel-change kernel, and you should see Python 3.6 listed as an option. Select it to change the kernel to Python 3.6. Test Python 3.6 features. Now, you can run Python 3.6 code in your Jupyter Notebook. Test some Python 3.6 features or libraries to ensure that the switch was successful. Let's create a simple Python 3.6 notebook cell to test the version. When you run this cell, it should output the Python version, indicating that it's Python 3.6. That's it. You have successfully changed the Python version to 3.6 in your Jupyter Notebook environment. In this tutorial, we learned how to change the Python version to 3.6 in Jupyter Notebook. This can be useful when you need to work with specific Python features or libraries that are only compatible with Python 3.6. Remember that you can install multiple Python kernels in Jupyter Notebook, allowing you to work with different Python versions simultaneously. ChatGPT.